Hey world of YouTube. Okay, let me turn this down just a scotch here. Whoopsie. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how I'm making my sauce. Now, it is not easy to film in my house because there are people and animals scurrying about. So you're gonna hear cats and things, but welcome to my kitchen. So I'm gonna show you the things that I use to make my sauce and just kind of go through the ingredients that I use so that you can kind of see and compare to yours. And I want to see what your sauce ingredients are. So here we go. So obviously, number one are the tomatoes, which are fresh, and I parboiled them for 10 seconds each, scored them on the top, and then brought them out into an ice bath. And I kept them in the ice bath for probably about 20-25 minutes, let the ice completely melt on all of them. Onions. I don't know if anybody's ever told you, but there are some tricks to onions in order to not cry while you're cutting them. And I actually tested the theory tonight by accident. I've known about it for a while. Don't ever cut off the hairy end. Only cut off this end, and then you can peel it and everything just like I did and chop it, and you will never cry. Now, I got a little bit distracted this evening because we had a fire alarm that was chirping in the background, and I accidentally cut off the hairy end first, and I'm not kidding you, I was really crying. So anyhow, that's just a little trick. I don't know if you guys knew about it. Got some carrot that I minced up, and then we had, let me just say that we had a ton of this fruit. Anyway, I'll explain that later. Then I've got a bell pepper, and I just had the orange and yellow, and I'll explain why. Now, I'm one of these people that I really like to have a backup plan, even though I'm trying to do everything from scratch other than like the tomato paste. I'm just afraid that the sauce won't be thick enough, or maybe it's too thin or something of that nature, so I always get backup sauce. So let me pan over here and just show you, of course, the spices that I'm using. Fresh basil, rosemary, oregano. I'm going to use the fancy olive oil, of course. Minced garlic, I did not get it. The cloves, I cheat. I do this. It's the same. A couple of bay leaves and a little bit of honey, which is fresh from the comb. So I do a few things a little bit differently than other people. I do have my big old stock pot ready to go. So anyway, yeah, and I'm also using ground sirloin. And if you wanted to see my ratio, I have no idea how many pounds this is. And then I have 2 things of chorizo. So that's the ratio that I'm using for this particular batch. So yeah, everybody tell me how you do yours, because I would be really interested in finding out. All right. Okay, so really quick, I wanted to go over why I had so much vegetables left over. So obviously, if anybody follows me, if you care about me and all that, you know that I did go up to that Vortex trip, and there was a lot of tomatoes and bell peppers and onions and things like that left over, and I've kept them in the refrigerator, and they were on the border of starting to spoil. So I had to think of something quickly to do with them. So my plan for this is to make a big thing of sauce and then get freezer bags, maybe, I'm not sure, like the regular sandwich bag size, and fill them and freeze them. That way, Aiden has something to eat, and anybody really at my house can just grab them out, boil them off some noodles, or, maybe roast off like a spaghetti squash or something, and then they have the sauce to put on it. So it'll make a good bit of it, and so yeah, that's why I had some stuff left over. Anyway, okay, thanks for watching, guys. I love you.